Stop underestimating yourself. Think about how many opportunities you've missed, how many dreams you've left in the shadows, just because you didn't believe in your abilities. It's time to break this endless cycle of self-limitations and realize your true worth. Imagine that each of your steps is not just a movement forward, but an act of gaining strength and confidence. Every day, you are capable of reaching new heights, and all it takes is to believe in yourself. As the great philosopher Seneca said, you must be able to live confidently within your soul. For this, you need to believe in your strengths. Let these words be your guide. Stop underestimating yourself. Start right now, and you will see boundless opportunities unfold before you. The greatness of a person is not determined by their perfection, but rather by their ability to confront their weaknesses and overcome them. Picture an ancient warrior standing atop Mount Olympus. He is not perfection. His armor is scarred from battles, but it's these scars that speak of his experience and wisdom. So too are our flaws. They are not stains on our soul, but lessons we must acknowledge and transform. Ancient philosophers often spoke of the importance of self-awareness. Let's recall the wisdom of Socrates: know thyself. This means not only recognizing our strengths, but being honest with ourselves about our weaknesses. Just as a sculptor sees not only the beauty, but also the flaws in a block of marble that need to be chiseled away, we must see ourselves wholly, without illusions. However, this path begins with acceptance. Accepting our flaws doesn't mean resigning to them, but acknowledging their existence and realizing they are part of our being. It's the first step towards inner liberation. In antiquity, many philosophers and thinkers regarded internal contradictions as a source of strength. Imagine Seneca, one of the greatest Stoics, sitting in his study, contemplating human nature. He acknowledges his weaknesses and turns them into strengths, using them as motivation for self-improvement. In moments of doubt, when your inner critic becomes particularly loud, remember the great people of the past who were also imperfect. Alexander the Great, conqueror and strategist, had numerous flaws alongside his greatness. Yet, he knew how to leverage his weaknesses to his advantage. His passion and ambition, sometimes leading to errors, were also a source of strength and a driving force towards new heights. But how do we, mere mortals, accept our flaws? It requires courage and honesty with oneself. We must look in the mirror and see not only our achievements, but also our mistakes. Accepting our flaws doesn't make us weak. On the contrary, it allows us to see reality and work towards improvement. Like the ancient sages, we must strive for harmony of body and soul, not ignoring the dark corners of our essence. Remember, accepting your flaws is an act of inner strength. It's like acknowledging that the dark spots in the night sky only accentuate the brilliance of the stars. We are all composed of light and darkness, and only by embracing both sides can we achieve true harmony and inner peace. So, be like that ancient warrior atop Olympus. Look at your flaws not as obstacles, but as stepping stones to greatness. Accept them, work on them, and use them as tools for self-improvement. This is the true art of life preached by the Stoics. Accept your flaws, and you will see how they transform into strength, leading you towards personal growth and harmony. In the ancient world, when philosophers contemplated the passage of time, They understood that the only moment that truly belongs to us is the present. Imagine a Roman philosopher sitting on the steps of his home, watching the sunset, meditating on how time slips through his fingers like sand in an hourglass. The past, with its joys and sorrows, is already behind, and the future remains shrouded in uncertainty. However, humans often tend to overlook this precious moment, dwelling on past mistakes or anticipating potential failures ahead. It's in this anxiety that self-underestimation is born. We measure our worth by old standards, forgetting that we have the power to change ourselves here and now. True wisdom lies in the ability to be fully immersed in the present moment, without distractions and regrets. The path to living in the present begins with recognizing our own worth. Who, if not you yourself, can feel and appreciate your inner wealth? Every time you dwell on the past or worry about the future, you miss the opportunity to see your true potential in the present. Embracing the current moment is an act of faith in yourself, in your strengths, and your potential. Recall the story of the great king who, gazing upon the greatness of his empire, could easily drown in the glory of past conquests or worry about future threats. But his wise advisor, a man who had spent many years in reflection and meditation, taught him that true power lies in the ability to be here and now. Your might, he said, is not in what was or will be, but in what is in this very moment. Live like the ancient philosopher who sat by the hearth, contemplating the flickering flames, understanding that every moment is a gift. Like fire, which can warm and illuminate, the present moment can bring wisdom and peace. When you fully immerse yourself in the present, you gain the ability to see the world as it is, without distortions of past regrets or fears of the future. The secret of living in the present lies in the art of letting go. Release thoughts of what could have been different. Let go of worries about what might happen. Embrace this moment with gratitude and awareness of your worth. For in this moment, you can do something meaningful. You can find joy, feel love, experience inspiration. The wisdom of the Stoics lay in understanding that the present moment is the only reality we can control. Don't let your thoughts wander through the mazes of the past or future. Focus on what you can do now to become better, stronger, wiser. In this moment, in this second, you find all the power of your being. So be like the ancient sage, drawing strength from the moment. Treasure every moment, live here and now, and you will see how your self-respect and confidence grow. In this lies the great secret of Stoicism and eternal wisdom. Stop underestimating yourself. Embrace your worth in this moment, and the future will find its own way. In the labyrinth of human life, amidst its misty crossroads and winding paths, knowing our values becomes a compass guiding us towards true goals and desires. Like the ancient philosophers who contemplated the starry sky and found order and harmony within it, you can find in your values a guiding thread leading to a deeper understanding of yourself. Imagine a wise sage sitting at the foot of an ancient temple. In his eyes, the light and shadows dance on the marble columns, and his thoughts turn inward, seeking the truth that gives life meaning and wholeness. This sage knows that without a clear understanding of his values, a person wanders in darkness like a ship without a rudder or sails. Values are anchors that hold us in place when the storms of life seek to throw us off course. They determine what is important to us, what gives our existence meaning and direction. Awareness of our values is not just an intellectual exercise. It's a deep internal process that requires honesty and courage. It's a dive into the essence of our being, where we find answers to questions. Who am I? What is important to me? What do I aspire to? But how do we find these values? Recall the ancient philosophers who ventured into the mountains or secluded themselves in gardens to contemplate truth away from the hustle and bustle. You can follow their example and find time for silence and reflection. In this silence, you will hear the voice of your soul, which quietly but persistently speaks of what truly matters to you. Values are not always obvious. They may be hidden behind our daily tasks and concerns, but they are always present, guiding our actions and decisions. Like an ancient craftsman who knows the secrets of his craft, you must learn to recognize these hidden threads that weave the fabric of your life. Sometimes, our true values are revealed in moments of trials and difficulties. When we face tough choices, when we have to make decisions that impact our lives and the lives of others, it is then that our values shine with clarity. In those moments, like a beam of light, they illuminate our path, showing us what truly matters to us. And as you begin to realize your values, you will gain clarity in understanding your goals and desires. Your goals will no longer be imposed from outside. You will no longer strive for what does not bring you inner satisfaction. Instead, you will gravitate towards what truly resonates with your soul, what makes you happy and whole. Remember, your values are not static dogmas. They can change and evolve as you grow and develop. Like the ancient sculptors who are not afraid to change their works, you must be willing to review and refine your values so that they always reflect your true self. With each step, with each choice made in accordance with your values, you will come closer to your true purpose. You will feel the harmony and peace that come from living in accordance with yourself. This is the great wisdom of the ancients. Knowing your values opens the path to self-awareness and true happiness. The greatness of the human soul lies not in its perfection, but in its ability to rise from the ashes of failure, gaining strength and wisdom in the process. In ancient times, philosophers and thinkers understood that the path to truth and perfection is impossible without mistakes and setbacks. Each failure, each setback, is not the end of the road, but the beginning of a new stage, opening up opportunities for learning and growth. Imagine an ancient warrior returning from the battlefield with scars and wounds. He does not view his wounds as symbols of defeat, but as signs of experience and strength. In every battle, even those lost, he finds lessons that help him become wiser and stronger. Similarly, you should look at your failures, not as obstacles, but as opportunities for personal growth. The sages of the past, such as the Stoics, believed that fate is a great teacher. They understood that no one is immune to mistakes and failures, but what matters is not what happens to us, but how we react to it. Every time you face failure, you stand at a crossroads. Allow it to break you or use it as a springboard for a new phase of your development. The path to accepting failure begins with realizing its inevitability. Life is not a straight road paved with successes, but a winding path full of obstacles and surprises. When we accept this truth, we stop fearing mistakes and begin to see them as a natural part of our journey. Each mistake is an opportunity to look at ourselves from the outside, analyze our actions, and draw conclusions that will help us avoid similar situations in the future. Remember the wisdom of ancient masters who created magnificent works of art. They were not afraid to make mistakes because they knew, in every wrong stroke of the brush or hammer blow, there is a lesson. They patiently and persistently continued their work, correcting mistakes and perfecting their craft. Similarly, you should approach your failures as a necessary part of the path to perfection. Failures teach us humility and patience. They remind us that we are not all-powerful and all-knowing, that there will always be room for surprises and challenges in life. But it is through these trials that we grow and develop. We learn to overcome difficulties, adapt to new circumstances, and find unconventional solutions. Sometimes failures may seem insurmountable, but it is important to remember that every great person, every hero of ancient legends and tales, went through their dark times. Remember Hercules, who achieved his feats not because of the absence of mistakes, but because of his ability to overcome difficulties and learn from his failures. Accepting failure is an act of courage and wisdom. It is an acknowledgement that mistakes are not enemies, but allies on the path to self-improvement. Each failure opens up new horizons, new opportunities for growth and development. We learn to understand our weaknesses and turn them into strengths. We gain wisdom that comes only through experience and overcoming difficulties. In the ancient world, among majestic columns and marble statues, philosophers pondered the nature of humanity, striving to understand what makes us strong and unique. They knew that each person is endowed with special gifts and qualities that, if used correctly, can lead to greatness and harmony. Thousands of years later, these truths remain unchanged. Knowing our strengths is the key to realizing our potential and achieving our goals. Imagine a sculptor working on creating a masterpiece. He knows that to turn a block of marble into a work of art, he must understand the properties of this stone, its weaknesses, and, most importantly, its strengths. Similarly in life, to achieve greatness, one must understand their strengths and know how to use them. Awareness of one's strengths is not only an acknowledgement of one's talents and abilities, but also a deep understanding of when and how to apply them. The path to this awareness begins with self-awareness and reflection. Like an ancient philosopher sitting in the shade of an olive tree, contemplating his virtues, you must immerse yourself in your thoughts and explore your essence. Think about the moments when you felt most confident and successful. What qualities and skills helped you achieve these results? Perhaps it was your determination, analytical mind, ability to inspire others, or knack for finding unconventional solutions. These moments are the key to understanding your strengths. Do not be afraid to ask for help and advice from those around you. Sometimes we cannot objectively assess our abilities, and the opinion of close people can be a valuable source of information. Just as ancient disciples turned to their mentors for wisdom and advice, you can find answers to your questions in the words of friends and colleagues. When you begin to realize your strengths, it is time to use them to the fullest. Imagine a commander leading his army to victory. He knows the strengths of each of his soldiers and uses them to create a powerful and invincible army. Similarly, you should apply your abilities where they can be most beneficial. Focus on tasks and projects that allow your strengths to shine fully. If you have an analytical mind, engage in solving complex problems and developing strategies. If you are talented in communication, Use this quality to build strong relationships and interact effectively with people. Like a craftsman choosing the best tools for his work, you must choose tasks where your strengths can shine most brightly. But remember, developing your strengths is a continuous process. Just as ancient philosophers sought constant improvement of their virtues, you must work on your skills and qualities to make them more powerful and effective. Learn new things, set yourself challenges, step out of your comfort zone. All of this will help you strengthen and develop your strengths. And finally, remember that knowing your strengths is the path to harmony and self-realization. When you realize your abilities and know how to use them, you gain confidence in yourself and your abilities. You stop doubting and underestimating yourself because you know what you are capable of. This is the true greatness and wisdom. Understanding your strengths opens up new horizons and opportunities, helping you achieve your goals and fulfill your dreams. So follow the path of ancient sages and warriors who knew their strengths and knew how to use them. Study yourself, discover your talents and abilities, and you will see how they will lead you to success and harmony. This is the great truth. Knowing your strengths will help you use them more effectively and achieve true greatness. In conclusion, let me remind you that every step, every action, and every thought on the path of self-discovery and self-improvement matters. Ancient philosophers and wise men knew that life is full of challenges and trials, but it is through them that we become stronger and wiser. It is important to remember that each of us possesses unique abilities and potential, and it is up to us how we use them. Accept your flaws, recognize your values, utilize your strengths, and cultivate self-confidence. View mistakes as opportunities for learning and growth, and never forget that true strength comes from within. Like an ancient sage, you are capable of achieving greatness and harmony if you follow the path of self-awareness and self-improvement. Let your goals and dreams be guiding stars on this journey, and let your inner strength and confidence help you overcome any obstacles. Live in the present moment, cherish every second, and be grateful for every opportunity to learn and grow. In this world, you are capable of much, and your self-confidence is the key to unlocking your potential. Remember that you are not alone on this path. There will always be those around you ready to support and inspire you. So go forth with an open heart and confidence in your abilities, and you will see how boundless opportunities unfold before you. May this ancient wisdom be your guide in life. Every day, every moment is a new opportunity to become better, stronger, and wiser. So let your path be illuminated by the light of knowledge and confidence, and you will reach the heights you dream of. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope these thoughts and ideas will help you on your journey of self-discovery and self-development. Remember, you are capable of much, and everything you need is already within you. Believe in yourself, and you will succeed.